यस्य रूपमधिकम् प्रच्छन्नगुप्तं धनम् विद्या भोगकरी यशः सुखकरी विद्या गुरुणा गुरुः विद्या बन्धुजनो विदेशगमने विद्या परं दैवतम् विद्या राजसु पूज्यते न तु धनम् विद्या विहीनः पशुः विद्या प्रशस्यते लोकैः विद्या सर्वत्र गौरवा विद्यया लभते सर्वम् विद्वान् सर्वत्र पूज्यते ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते।
Dr. Swati Asrekar is a distinguished academician with a robust background in chemistry. She completed her master's degree in inorganic chemistry from the prestigious Institute of Science in 1999. Pursuing her passion for analytical research, she earned her PhD in chemistry under the mentorship of Dr. D.P. Dave in 2003, focusing on extractive spectrophotometric determination of heavy metals and the practical application of these methods in various fields. Since 2004, Dr. Asrekar has been serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry at Sathe College Autonomous, where she has made significant contributions to both teaching and research. Her expertise lies in developing innovative analytical methods, which she has applied to areas such as pharmaceuticals, multivitamin drugs, and environmental samples. Notably, her doctoral research has led to the development of selective, specific, and sensitive methods for detecting metals like copper, cobalt, and cadmium in diverse matrix, including multivitamin formulations and cigarettes. Dr. Asrekar has published 4 research papers in reputed journals, further establishing her as an accomplished researcher. Her deep-seated passion for teaching has fortified her dedication to education, inspiring countless students in their academic journeys. Additionally, she serves as a research advisor for the undergraduate students' research programs at Sathe College, nurturing young minds and fostering a culture of inquiry and innovation. So let's welcome Vidya Vachaspati, Dr. Swati Asrekar.
Namaskar. Before starting my presentation on my research topic, I would like to thank our management, PTVA. I would also like to thank our principal, Dr. Madhav Rajwade sir, and our vice principals. Myself, Dr. Swati Manoj Asrekar. I am working as an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry from last 20 years. I have done my PhD in 2004, and the title of my research PhD thesis is isonitrosoacetylacetone benzyl hydrazone as an analytical reagent for extractive spectrophotometric determination of 4 metal ions, and those 4 metal ions are cobalt, copper, cadmium and lead. My research guide was Dr. D.P. Dave, and I did my PhD from Institute of Science from University of Mumbai in 2004. Before taking admission to PhD, there were many questions in my mind, like which topic is to be selected and how I am going to cover all those topics during my whole PhD tenure. So the criteria to select a research topic for my PhD, it was there in my mind that I'm going to develop a method, analytical method, and that method will be useful for estimation of metal ions. So which metals are to be selected? Now there are so many metal ions, but I selected 4 metal ions looking at their relevance. Cobalt and copper are the 2 essential trace elements of human body, and they play a very vital role in our body system from the point of view of RBCs and making of hemoglobin. At the same time, lead and cadmium are these 2 toxic metals that have a toxic effect on human health, and these 2 metals, their presence in our body cause serious health problems. At the same time, copper, cobalt, lead, cadmium, all these metal ions are present in various real sample at very trace level as well as in large amounts. So basically I selected these 4 metals: cobalt, copper, lead and cadmium. Cadmium, I thought that cadmium is present in nickel cadmium batteries and also in cigarettes in very small amounts. So it was in my mind that if I am going to develop method for cadmium, my real samples would be nickel cadmium batteries and cigarettes. So objective of my research work, already in literature a large number of analytical methods have been reported for estimation of metal ions in real samples. Most of these methods are tedious and utilize expensive instruments. So a new analytical method is to be developed which is simple, less time consuming, less expensive and more selective than the previously reported methods. So to detect the amount of these metal ions, copper, cadmium, cobalt and lead in real samples such as pharmaceuticals, paints, batteries and cigarette using a new analytical method was objective of my PhD research work. Then outline of research work was planned, and the whole PhD research work was done in 4 different categories. Step 1 is the reagent which I used for my method development. The name of the reagent is HINAB. HINAB is a short form of that reagent. The full form is isonitroso acetylacetone benzoyl hydrazone. And the 4 metals, cobalt, copper, lead, cadmium. The metal ions and HINAB, the 2 will form a complex, and then for that complex various parameters will be studied, and the 4th part, application of the method. Step 1, synthesis of HINAB. Now HINAB is actually a chemical compound, organic compound which was synthesized by me, and it is a totally new compound. It was not reported in literature. So I started synthesis of this compound, and I remember this synthesis I carried out large number of times, and I faced many difficulties because the thing is somehow I was unable to get the compound. I tried a large number of times, but somehow I was not getting a solid compound as HINAB. So step 1 for this preparation is, first I prepared isonitrous acetylacetone from acetylacetone, and step 2 is isonitrous acetylacetone reacts with benzoyl hydrazine, and here we get isonitroso-acetylacetone benzyl hydrazone, which we gave short form as HINAB. So HINAB is the compound which I use throughout my PhD work for all those 4 metal ions. So the difficulties which we faced are then finally encountered by changing conditions. When we did literature survey, in one of the literature method, I read that magnetic stirrer is used for mixing of 2 reactants to form the compound. But somehow magnetic stirrer was not giving the desired effect. So I use mechanical stirrer and I change the condition of temperature, and then finally at a temperature range between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, using mechanical stirrer I could synthesize this compound, and thereafter I use this compound for my whole PhD work. Once HINAB is prepared, is mixed with the metal ion solution in aqueous phase, and when HINAB is mixed with metal ion, it gives a colored metal complex. This colored metal complex is more soluble in organic phase or in organic solvent. So this metal complex is mixed with organic solvent and then shaken in an apparatus which we call as separating funnel. So in separating funnel, the aqueous complex is mixed with organic phase, and this technique of shaking 2 immiscible solvents with each other is called as solvent extraction. It is a technique where solvents are mixed vigorously, they are shaken vigorously, and then the 2 phases are allowed to settle to attain equilibrium. At equilibrium, the separation of phases, and then we can separate organic phase from aqueous phase, and we can use it for further study. So I use solvent extraction throughout my PhD work to extract metal ion from aqueous complex into organic phase. After solvent extraction, the organic phase is a colored species. As it is colored species, it is collected and its absorbance is measured in ultraviolet visible range using spectrophotometer. Spectrophotometer was used because using spectrophotometer absorbance is measured, and using absorbance measurement concentration of metal ion can be determined. So along with solvent extraction, I use spectrophotometer, and hence the name title of my PhD work is extractive spectrophotometric determination. Extraction followed by spectrophotometric determination, where measured property is absorbance. So the outline was preparation of complex, its extraction with organic phase, and followed by measurement of absorbance by spectrophotometer. Effect of various parameters were studied for this HINAB metal complex, and the parameters which I selected are: first, effect of pH on complex formation. Now pH scale ranges from 1 to 14. So I tried acidic as well as basic pH range, and then I studied in which pH range complex formation is maximum. So for each metal ion, using HINAB, a method was developed, and for that method all these parameters were studied. First parameter, effect of pH. Second parameter, time of mixing of 2 phases. In solvent extraction, aqueous and organic, both the phases are mixed. So I studied various time duration, and then I observed what is the time for which maximum complex formation is obtained. Third parameter studied was stability of complex. What is the stability of complex? The complex is comparatively more stable, but as time passes, its absorbance goes on decreasing. So third parameter was stability of complex. Next parameter, effect of HINAB concentration. I changed concentration of HINAB and measured absorbance of organic phase for this change concentration measurement. Next factor, solvent studied. I tried different solvents and I found that isopropyl alcohol was the best solvent for HINAB metal complex. Next factor, Beer-Lambert's range. Here, the HINAB complex is treated with organic phase and a concentration range is found out in which Beer-Lambert's law is obeyed. This range is very important so that whichever real sample I was going to analyze, for all those sample a range will be specified and in that range all those real sample will be studied. For all my 4 methods, I found a good Beer-Lambert's range and the calibration curve was almost linear throughout this Beer-Lambert's range. Deviations were observed at higher concentration. So for all 4 metals, iron, cobalt, copper, lead and cadmium, Beer-Lambert range was studied. Now whenever we develop a new method, the method must have advantages over previously reported methods. Here I found that all my 4 methods have good accuracy and all these methods are highly precise. At the same time, the methods are sensitive. In the sense, these methods can detect amount of metal ion at trace level. So, the sample which were analyzed, in all those samples, the metal ion was detected at very low level. Last part of my research work. The method was developed, parameters were studied, and then application. As I already discussed, the real samples which I selected for my research work were already in my mind, that I am going to analyze the amount of metal ion in pharmaceuticals, batteries, cigarettes and some real sample. For cobalt, I selected multivitamin tablets like vitamin B12 tablet and injectable solution eldervit 12. These samples I studied for analysis of cobalt. The labeled value of cobalt in vitamin B12 tablet is 86 microgram, whereas with my method using HINAB, the amount of cobalt I found is 85.8 microgram, and that is why I mentioned the method is highly sensitive. For injection of eldervit 12, the labeled value of cobalt is 108 microgram, whereas I found 108.5 micrograms. Both these values are in good agreement with the reported or labeled values of cobalt on these tablets and injection. For copper, again, as copper is very essential trace element for human body and copper plays vital role in hemoglobin making, I selected pharmaceutical tablets such as A to Z tablet. Again, it's a multivitamin tablet containing copper, and amount of copper in A to Z tablet is 2 micrograms, very small amount, and I could detect amount of copper as 1.989 microgram using my method HINAB and copper. In Supradyn tablet, the labeled value of copper is 0.86 microgram. Using HINAP copper method, amount of copper detected was found to be 0.859 microgram. Both these values are also in good agreement with the labeled values of copper in these drugs. Besides this real sample, I also found out copper in some synthetic mixture. Synthetic mixtures means here I mix copper with some another metal ions and I prepared its mixture, and then for that mixture I found out amount of copper. The metal ions which were present in the mixture other than copper were masked by using suitable masking and demasking agent, and as the method is selective for copper, HINAP gave complex only with copper and not with the other two metal ions, and hence I have reported that this method is highly specific and highly selective for estimation of copper. For lead, when I was thinking of using real sample, I thought of using a sample of dental amalgam. Yes, in dental amalgam, lead is used to a percentage of 4. As lead has a serious toxic effect on our human body, I studied the sample of dental amalgam in which lead is used, and for the dental amalgam, the labeled value of lead is 4.4%. The value found out by my HINAP method is 4.42%. For lead, another sample which was analyzed is leaded bronze alloy. Alloy is a mixture of 2 or more metals, and alloy has many applications in metallic industries. So for leaded bronze alloy, I could detect lead to a percentage of 3.8. All these values are also in good agreement with the labeled and reported values. Estimation of cadmium in nickel cadmium batteries and cigarettes was the most interesting part of my research work, because there were many difficulties to leach out cadmium from nickel cadmium batteries and also cadmium from cigarettes. So I read number of articles and number of research paper for leaching out cadmium from nickel cadmium batteries, at the same time how to extract cadmium from cigarettes. Nickel cadmium batteries we use at our homes, so I took nickel cadmium batteries and from that leached out cadmium by a known chemical method. The amount of cadmium present in nickel cadmium batteries is 0.4 milligram per liter, and then using HINAP cadmium method I could analyze cadmium to a level of 0.42 milligram per liter. For cigarette sample, I selected 4 different brands of cigarettes such as Gold Flake, Foursquare, Bristol, and in all these 4 cigarette samples the amount of cadmium was reported in different amount. I used these samples. From these samples of cigarette, I extracted cadmium by a known method, and then by using HINAP cadmium method I determined amount of cadmium for this cigarette sample. For Gold Flake, I found the amount of cadmium was 0.4 milligram. For Foursquare, the amount was 0.43 milligram, and for Bristol it is 0.31 milligram. All these reports, all these values are in again good agreement with the labeled values of cadmium in cigarette samples. So throughout my research work, I developed a new analytical method using HINAB. I used 4 different metal ions and I developed 4 different methods with these 4 metal ions. All these 4 analytical methods are simple, easy to perform, less time consuming. They all are highly selective and sensitive. So last conclusion part of my research work, the methods developed for cobalt, copper, lead and cadmium using HINAB are sensitive and have been successfully utilized for extractive spectrophotometric determination of these metals in various real samples. Thank you.
नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते